That audition for the show was an improv, and I had just arrived from New York.
What happened? Who were you with?
So I just arrived from New York. I got very lucky. It was my first audition in LA. I had been here for 2 weeks, and it was for the show, and it was supposed to be one episode. And so they brought me in, and it was an improv. And so they said, "We're bringing you in to play a teacher." And so we just want you to talk to the students. So I was just talking to casting, and then they said, "Now we want you to flirt with him." And I was like, "What? What?" Yeah, just I was like, "Huh?" And then they were like,
"You're like, is this really the Chris Rock show?"
All these weirdly, horribly inappropriate things. And I was like, "Wait, how old is he? No. Wait, oh, what?" And so that was the audition. And it was this back and forth. And in fact, and then I got the part. And when we were shooting it, that first scene, that first episode, they, for whatever reason, hung on to that notion of me being flirty or doing something. And the first scene was just me walking by and saying, "Hi, Chris," or "Hello, Chris." And they had me do it. And Tyler, as a 12-year-old or 13-year-old, said, "That makes me feel uncomfortable." And they were like, and they were like, "Wait, can you not?" They were like, "Can you still flirt, but not so much, and smile less, or maybe smile more, so it's not so whatever." Like it
more
was
cartoony.
Yeah, it was really
wow.
crazy. But then they just created this amazing character for me.
It's so good.
Much fun. It was so good.
One thing I do remember from that show, Colleen, you can probably back me up. Actually, I'm assuming everybody. The people that did watch it, even back then, the fans that did watch it were like, I don't know, the fans for that show were obsessive about that show. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I just mean like, nobody was like, eh. Like the people who loved Everybody Hates Chris loved Everybody Hates Chris. And I'm wondering, do you think it's maybe a question for both of you, do you think it's because of how personal the stories were? The fact that all that stuff really did happen to Chris or one of the guys or whatever. Do you know what I mean? Is it, what was the draw that made people so...
I think it was, first of all, I think Chris Rock
inherently
all
it's Chris
demographics.
Rock. Yeah, of course.
You know, everybody loves Chris Rock.
Yeah.
And I also think it was the first realistic Black family on television, true comedy that was done.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, the Cosby Show, which we won't get into.
No, it was a different picture.
It was a pretty saccharine understanding of what that world
and the
was
lawyer
like.
Right.
And
the brownstone,
which was
the whole
important
thing.
and great for other reasons, but I think that and it's also the nostalgia, I'm sure, was a big part of it. It was set in the 80s
nostalgia,
and 80s
yeah.
New York.
There was a lot of comparison to Wonder Years made at the time because of the
narration,
VO and the narration, and
Yeah.
then having Chris be actively involved in it because he was like, didn't he do the narration?
Yeah.
Like that
He
was
did all
him.
the narration, yeah.
So there wasn't like a third party that was reading his stories. It was really him. And so the inflection of emotion when he retold the moments of those stories was pretty powerful.
That's interesting.
So there was a lot of people that fed back to that.
The narration for my character always was, "I should have hit her with a frying pan. I should have thrown her out a window. I should have."
And then they cut to her though, and she just, "What is it, Chris?" You know, with the dog and the head tilting the whole bit. It was so good.